guys, welcome to this week's video. So I really want to do something different on my channel. So last week I obviously had my 2 days in Brighton vlog, which was super fun. I had such an amazing time. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'll link it here in the description box below and at the end of the video. So today I'm actually going to do something I did at the beginning of the year for the first time, and I thought I'd do another one since you guys wanted it, and it actually was received quite well. So that is basically a book haul, and I've got all these books here I'm going to talk about. I have read all of them except one, which is this one. So I'm gonna give like a quick review of each one. So if you guys want to get ideas of what books you want to take on holiday or just read generally in the summer, then do carry on watching. Like, I am an actual bookworm, so I probably will buy way more books after filming this video in the next week or so, because I'm basically finished every new book I bought already, which I bought at the beginning of last month. So these are the ones I've bought in the past like 2-3 weeks maybe. So I'm going to start with the one that I did actually enjoy the most, which was quite surprising seeing as it's a very kind of different book, and that is Call Me By Your Name. This one has been made into film. As you can see, it's like the movie cover, and if you've not heard of this book or film, then you must be living in the hole, because it's been everywhere and basically every YouTuber and vlogger have been going on about it. And I actually decided to pick this up because I've seen it everywhere, and I thought, what is this book about? And I wanted something different. I haven't said the author's name because I can't pronounce it, and I'm not going to even try. And this one is literally about, it's set in Italy on the Italian Riviera, and this is about 17-year-old Elio and his father's house guest Oliver. So Oliver comes to stay in their summer house. I think it's their summer house, I presume it is. Elio is basically straight off the bat, like from page 1, obsessed with Oliver, and at first it was a little bit like, whoa, okay, that is like really intense obsession. Like, he keeps going on about Oliver and how much he likes him. One word in particular, the word later, is analysed to the T. Like, Elio just keeps going on about why Oliver says it and all the different meanings, interpretations and stuff. And this is just basically 6 weeks of them getting to know each other and literally forming a romance. So between 2 guys, and it's a really nice summary book to pick up. It's not too like long, so it's a really nice size novel. But if you want something to take you away to like Mediterranean places, like hotter places, then definitely read this. And by the end I was actually really happy I persisted, because I actually really like this book, and I'll definitely for sure read this again. And I just think it's an amazing book, and I'm glad I can see why everyone's been obsessed with it. I'm not gonna like talk about anything about the plot further, because I feel like I'm gonna reveal spoilers, but I will link all the books I talk about in the description box below to the Waterstones website, so you guys can read for yourself. And follow me on Goodreads as well, and I think my username is same as here, Franalibi, so if you can find me on there, definitely do, because I have done reviews for every single one of these already, and it's definitely more in depth. The next one is Big Bones by Laura Dockrell. This one is actually a young adult fiction, and I got this because it was featured in the Lush book club. Yes, that is Lush Cosmetics. They have a book club, and this is part of the Lush Life, and each month I think they have a book club session in the Lush studio in Soho, which is on Beak Street. And this one is about Bluebell, aka Big B, aka Big Bones, and she has to keep a food diary. So it starts in the doctors and nurse telling her, you are basically overweight, you need to keep a food diary and start eating more healthy. And she's like, no, I love myself, I love eating, eating makes me happy, but I do it because I love the taste of food and stuff. So it's a very sort of like body positive like novel, and she does go to gym towards the end, but she concludes that she's doing it for herself to be happy and not just because like she's overweight, because she thinks she's perfect. And there is like a boy she falls in love with in where she works, which is a coffee shop, and each chapter it's like a food or drink. So it's like vinegar, cold pasta, tea, noodles, summer rolls, and she just talks about the food and how good, and it makes you really hungry. Like, reading this made me want to eat what she was eating because of the description. It's so good, and it's definitely a nice, light-hearted, funny novel to go for. So if you like, it definitely reminded me of Angus Wong's A Full Frontal Snogging with the humour in there, and it did remind me kind of Caitlin Moran's How to Build a Girl. It's that kind of humour, and I definitely recommend it to you guys. The rest of these are adult fiction again, and a couple of these are actually about sort of like uni students, like my age, our age. Don't know how old you guys are, but the next one I have been really wanting to read it. So this has been on my to-read list I think for a good year now, but I've never seen it in Waterstones until recently when they released this paperback edition of it, and I actually like the cover. It's so colourful, like, oh, it's so pretty. But this one is about Selin, who turns up at Harvard and finds herself dangerously overwhelmed by challenges and possibilities of adulthood. How does she find friends? How does she fall in love? How does she deal with how difficult it is to be a failed writer and how buffing love is? So, I can't remember the guys. I think his name's Even, and he Hungarian? Like, I've read this recently and I'm really bad with it. But basically it's recounting from her first day in uni or college, and basically she knows nothing, but I feel like all her friends, like Svetlana, I can't pronounce her name, but her friend and her other friend Even, who she really likes but he never sort of likes back, they sort of give her really good life experiences and she grows as a person from that. So it's definitely a nice come of age novel, and by the end she feels ready to be more independent, I think. I don't know. Basically she takes linguistics, goes on trip and stuff. Yeah, without the other characters I feel like she wouldn't get life experiences. Like, the other characters play an important role. I definitely love it. It's definitely one of my favourite books, and I think it's set in the 90s because she's saying how email is a very new thing and she's getting to grips with it. So I'm not explaining these books really well, but definitely love that. I'm gonna do the last one that I did read and the other one I haven't read, which I'm gonna read pretty soon. And I literally the other day just finished Carrie Hope Fletcher's All That She Can See. I have read her sister's, I think it's her sister's, Giovanna Fletcher's novel Billy and Me, but I've never actually read any of her books. But I know she also does YouTube videos, she's an actress as well, and she was also a musician. And this one is about Cherry, who has a hidden talent and she can see feelings in like physical form as like a creature, and she can see bad feelings, so she makes a bakery in honor of her father, and she bakes good feelings into her cakes and pies and stuff and feeds them to the general public, basically the villagers, and they start to feel better. And a guy comes along called Chase, and he can see good feelings, so that makes him bitter because the people who have good feelings are also pretty bad people because they feel good feelings from being horrible to other people, especially him when he was younger. So he basically wants to try and stop Cherry from having a bakery, and basically it's not just about this. Like, I thought it was just their rivalry, but there's so much more to this plot, and it suddenly becomes something like a futuristic, like Hunger Games sort of esque novel, but it's still really light-hearted. I absolutely loved it. It's definitely one that's not too in depth, but you do feel quite choked up on some parts, and it's just a really nice novel. And I also really like Carrie's style of writing, so I'll definitely pick up more of her books. She's got another one called When the Curtain Falls. I think it's out next month, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for that and do a blog post. So yeah, and also what I liked about it, it's got green, sort of turquoisey green on the rim of the pages, which makes it even more special. The last book in my sort of list of to reads, because this is the last new book that I need to read, but I am rereading another book called The Summer Seaside Kitchen by Jenny Colgan. I think I have talked about that already on my blog, so I will try and find the blog post and link it below again. But this one is Sally Rooney, Conversation with Friends, much like The Idiot, which is such a like horrible name. Like, it sounds like someone's really stupid, but she isn't actually stupid in that book, but she just needs to get life experiences. But this one, it sounds much more nicer, and this one is about Frances, who's a 21-year-old, cool-headed, observant, a student in Dublin, and aspiring writer. At night, she performs spoken word with her best friend Bobby, who used to be her girlfriend. When they interviewed them, befriended by Melissa, a well-known journalist who is married to Nick, an actor, they enter a world of beautiful houses, raucous dinner parties, and holidays in Brittany, beginning a complex, I can't even pronounce that, you can just find that word on the Vortice's website, but it's like menage a quatre? I don't know, please don't hate me. But when Frances and Nick get unexpectedly closer, the sharply witty emotion of as Frances is forced to honestly confront her own vulnerabilities for the first time. So this sounds really good, and the main character is the same age as me. That's kind of why I bought it, and because she likes writing. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's a nice novel, nice cover, but again, it's been on my to-read list for ages because I couldn't find it in Waterstones until the paperback edition came out. So yeah, that is all the books I've loved recently and about to read. So if you guys like the idea of these, definitely pick these up and have them in your carry-on for holiday, or just generally read on your days off in the summer sun, and you won't regret it. If you guys enjoyed this video and generally got inspiration for what books you want to read in the future, then do give this a thumbs up, subscribe and click notification bell below to get updates when it's upload. I do upload, or try to, every single Friday, and I've been very bad recently because I've been saying I'm going to take a break so that I end up filming, but I suppose that's because I love YouTube and doing it so much as a hobby, so I just can't keep away. But next week should be another fun video, which will be makeup, because I recently placed a Superdrug order for loads of makeup products, so hopefully first impressions. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next week for another video.